So it's been a few days since we last talked about this, but Rebirth has been back. In the previous upload you saw it wasn't back, but now it is. But now there are more cheaters in the game.
This
so
is the biggest cheating epidemic I've
for us.
ever seen in my entire life. It's to the point where Call of Duty is quite literally unplayable. Call of Duty just released rank play for multiplayer, and let me tell you, things do not look good.
The 3-2-1, let's use our hacks to get... They're breaking. Whoa, these guys better not lose. No.
What?
Yo, how do you guys lose with 3 hacks?
Wait,
things do not look
Hold
good.
on.
The 3-2-1, let's use our hacks to get... They're breaking. Whoa, these guys better not lose. No. Yo, how do you guys lose with 3 hackers? Wallah, answer me. You guys need to answer me. 3 fucking hackers you guys broke down? You guys are dog. Every single one you guys uninstall and give me 5 subs immediately.
Literally.
Get off the fucking game. Go outside. It's over, guys. You guys are dog. All of you guys. They didn't say a word. They know how dog they are. They're like, we just lost 3 different hackers. That pissed me off. But these guys are fucking shameless. Theater? Do you guys want to actually... Wallah, we'll go to theater. Does theater work? Yeah. Good read. Sick read.
Oh my god. Jesus.
If you think that was bad, you don't even want to see Twitter right now. Ex-pro player Karma said, excited to try out rank play? Don't. It's never been this bad. Cheaters are everywhere. Another ex-pro TP said, man, multiplayer ranked has me so excited for Warzone rank soon. Ricochet update going crazy. The sarcasm speaks for itself.
Yes.
And that's literally just the icing on the cake. Go to Twitter right now and you will see hundreds of players, content creators, all complaining that ranked is so infested with cheaters.
And by the way, when this upload was done, all on the timeline is I could see, you know, there's cheaters in multiplayer ranked, big map, Rebirth. I mean, where does it end?
It's literally unplayable. Ex-pro player Octane said, my conspiracy is Ricochet never actually existed at all. 8shot tweeted saying, the cheating in rank play on Black Ops 6 is the worst it's been. I'm actually disgusted. Don't know how it's gotten to this point, but the game is completely chalk. Ex-pro player Zinni said, this is unplayable, LMAO. Zuma says, if you hack, you're a bitch, especially all the weirdos on TikTok doing it live.
Yeah,
never seen so many oddballs.
Truly.
And as you see, the list goes on and on. Now, if there's even a slight chance that you think, oh, these guys are just complaining because these guys are better than them, watch this video.
This guy dead ass was just getting slammed and then decided, you know,
Jeez.
I'm gonna start spin botting.
Cheating, bro. He said we were cheating, bro.
Dude.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck he's doing, bro.
I'll
It's
even
day
talk
0.
about this after this video.
What
because
makes
it plays
matters
into
even
it.
crazier is that Treyarch tweeted this out. They said, who will be the #1 in Black Ops 6 rank play? And the comments are insane. Almost every single one of these comments is all talking about, oh, it's gonna be a hacker. A hacker's gonna be #1. A hacker's gonna be top 250. What makes things even crazier is being the #1 player on rank play gets you, for the first time ever, a new operator skin. And what do you know? Somebody has hacked into the game already and has gotten the #1 skin on their account. This post was posted yesterday at 10:44 p.m.
Right?
That means only hours after rank play dropped, somebody already had the #1 skin and hacked the game. There's so many things wrong with this that, again, I'm genuinely just confused at how this even happens. Call of Duty has an anti-cheat called Ricochet, and I'm gonna be honest, I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4. I've been playing Warzone for the last 4 years, and it literally feels like every year is the same thing. One of the biggest things that I think killed Verdansk back in the day was this insane infestation of cheaters back then. But for the most part, things have only gotten slightly better since then. There are still hackers, there are still cheaters, there's still so many ways to get around this anti-cheat. The most insane part about all this is that, sadly, it's not even just Call of Duty.
Isn't Ricochet supposed to check through and, like, if you're getting higher kills than normal, it's supposed to like ban you from the game? Like, it just automatically pulls you out and says you can't play anymore? Like, if you're not dying enough, then it should do that, right? But if it isn't, what the heck?
Really does seem like we're like we're dealing with this hacking epidemic, and it seems like a lot of these game developers have no idea how to handle it. For example, streamer Clicks, he made a tweet yesterday saying the amount of hackers that are getting away with earning in this game is unbelievable. Every final lobby, there are minimum 3 cheater trios ruining people's chances of earning. Why hasn't anything been done? And then tagged Fortnite. Why just queue up with Rage Hackers next Cash Cup? I'm gonna be honest, this should never be a thing. How is it getting so bad that streamers and pro players are willing to play with hackers because they know that there's no punishment involved? So what is the solution here? As of right now, according to Gamerant, Valorant has the best anti-cheat. Now, if a game like Valorant, which is also incredibly popular and has the backing of Riot Games,
which, by the way, is what I was going to talk about at the end of the video, so I will still talk about it and show what was tweeted earlier, like in the last 24 hours since of this recording.
As an anti-cheat that is so good, and from what it seems like is the best one out there, why does a billion-dollar company like Call of Duty not have the means necessary to do the same? From what it seems like, this is a constant tug of war or a chase of cat and mouse between cheating developers and studios to try and figure out how to stop cheaters and how to figure out how to make cheats. These cheating developers will never actually stop. I mean, this is a multi-million-dollar business, and I'm gonna be honest, people who don't want to take the time and get good at a game themselves, they'll pay money for a system or software to do it for them.
You know, so I don't mean to pause. I do this all the time and I try not to, but I'm getting better at it, I swear. Since I've been playing multiplayer, I try to level multiplayer ranked, and then I've done Resurgence primarily, obviously, because that's what I've said in the past that's the one I enjoy. There are people still cheating since this was posted. This was posted 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 5 days ago. And this Call of Duty has a big problem with it, honestly. They can't figure out how to stop cheaters without going, okay, we need to inspect everyone's computer.
Them. So for now, what can actually be done? Let's look at the couple of safeties Call of Duty has implemented to try and reduce the amount of hackers. Last year, you had to have a level requirement of 55 on Modern Warfare 3. This year, they changed it up to where you had to have a minimum of 50 wins on multiplayer. I get what they were trying to do here, but at the end of the day, it's not hard to get 50 wins.
I didn't know you need to be level 55. That's weird.
When you're cheating. Think back of that clip we saw earlier. You think with people shooting like this, it's genuinely going to be hard or time consuming to get 50 wins, let alone that people could just buy accounts with 50 wins on them. As you can see, this is a never-ending cycle. At the end of the day, I don't know what can be done here, but Call of Duty does have the responsibility to try and do everything they can. Right now, if you or I wanted to go play rank play, it would genuinely be impossible. To all my console players, you guys thought you were safe too? Call of Duty has removed the ability to take crossplay off. So now, if you're going into rank play, you will 100% be against PC players, Xbox players, and everything.
And there's a video I posted a couple days ago, I forget when, but it was literally like lunchtime is the one who I reacted to, and basically console players could take that off, but now if crossplay is still enabled for everyone, oh my god.
I really do hope Call of Duty can figure out some type of solution. Do I see this happening within the year, within 2 years? I'm gonna be honest, no. Warzone rank comes out in less than a month, and if these things are not fixed, it will suffer the same fate that multiplayer is suffering right now. You have hundreds and hundreds of YouTubers and creators that all want to play your game, but they quite simply can't without running into an insane amount of hackers. I know I spent the last 10 minutes or so going over how the game is really unplayable right now, but it's weird because for Warzone, things are actually in a pretty decent state now. With the new update for Ranked, they also introduced a new update to Warzone. First and foremost, they reintroduced Rebirth, which for those that don't know, was taken out of the game a couple days ago due to some audio issues and some lighting issues. Again, that should never have been a thing, but I'm glad to see it was back in only a couple days. Audio actually...
Please bring back solos for every single map, please. It's not all of us want to be in duos, trios, or quads. Some of us just want to solo the game because everyone's holding hands too much.
It sounds decent. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but it is passable for now. And the lighting is definitely fixed. Before, you would walk into a room and it was literally pitch black in the corners. The next big change that they implemented was they made stims a lot better. When Warzone launched initially, stims were actually incredibly fun. But you know how it goes. If we're having a little too much fun, they decide to nerf things.
Yeah,
the stim was one of those things that got an insane nerf. They took the stim speed from what felt incredibly fast and they nerfed it to 15% for only 1 second, as opposed to what it was before, 3 seconds. Then, after seeing the community response, they made these changes. They said the speed boost duration has been increased from 1 second to 3 seconds. They said, upon the launch of Warzone, we identified a critical issue and in response, temporarily reduced both the speed increase and the duration of stim shots while we worked on a solution. Our goal is to offer a meaningful speed boost with a clear upper limit to ensure balance and consistent combat encounters. As it stands, both Resolute and Stim Shot provide a 15% speed boost each, with their combined effects capping at 20%.
Okay.
This allows players to experiment with various combinations to reach the maximum impact. We've seen this so many times, where there's this broken item where it may or may not be too overpowered that they then nerf to the ground. They never really do any in-betweens when it comes to nerfs. It's always from one extreme to the other. This is a perfect example. Then, due to community feedback, they figured out, hey, that wasn't what we should have done. Then dialed it back and found somewhere in the middle. In my opinion, it still feels pretty slow and I think could be faster, but hey, I guess this might be the best that we get. Someone on Twitter tweeted out they reverted the nerf W. Kuchi responded with no revert. They still feel like they're barely giving a speed boost, but this is definitely the best they're gonna allow. This always seems to be the case. When it comes to nerfing things, they always go to one extreme. But when it comes to buffing things, it's always very incremental. For example, reloading speeds. Instead of making reload speeds the speeds that they were in Modern Warfare 3, which was incredibly smooth, they decided to only increase AR and LMG speeds by 10%.
Which is weird,
Again,
right?
it seems
Which
like
is
for
weird.
nerfs, it's one extreme, but when it comes to buffs, it's very incremental. But some people are actually really happy about this. Streamer Zyro tweeted out and said, W Treyarch, but we shouldn't have had to experience all of this in the first place. At least they're working hard to fix things fast. Then lastly, they fixed an issue that was causing munition boxes and plate boxes to be deployed incredibly slow. They said that we removed an unintentional delay that previously prevented players from interacting with the armor/munition/utility blocks when initially deployed. Huge W out of Treyarch and Raven for this. It does seem like this year, Call of Duty, Treyarch, and Raven are doing everything that they can to respond to the community and take all of their feedback. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not used to this. Warzone 2, arguably the worst Call of Duty ever, it felt like they took zero feedback from then. At Call of Duty Next, myself and a bunch of other creators gave our feedback on the game and told them that it was just incredibly slow. Fast forward to the end of that game's lifespan, and
do you think they actually listen at COD Next when they ask for feedback from people who are there? Like, do you think they actually take into consideration of what they're saying when the actual game comes out? Because when we play the beta version, and then they're still asking for feedback of it. So like when people give the feedback for stims, reload speed, ADS, the weapon challenges, leveling up, do they actually take this into consideration, or do they just go, we're still releasing our version anyway? There it is. That's such a weird thing.
It was genuinely still incredibly slow. Modern Warfare 3, there was a delay to go into slide canceling that we told them from the very beginning at COD Next that never was fixed. To now, the game has only been out a week and they've already made these changes. Audio improvements, increasing movement fluidity, speeding up reload speeds, and overall making everything significantly less clunky. But the sad part is, none of this matters if this cheating problem is not fixed.
Very true. Oh, we just came back. It's true. If the cheating problem isn't fixed, then what are we doing? And when he talked about the Riot Games thing, Charlie Intel tweeted this. What is this morning? And because I favorited and retweeted it. Developer of the Riot Games anti-cheat has shared his thoughts on Call of Duty's Ricochet, saying Ricochet should rely less on AI tools. True, because I think they are using AI tools to detect stuff, and they shouldn't. And increase security requirements if crossplay is being forced for PC and consoles. True, but then that means PC players are still playing against those who are on PC and possibly still cheating. Correct. Now give me this back, please. What else do we got here? Then we have this one guy from GamerDoc. If it were up to me, I'd shift focus away from over-reliance on AI systems for solving these issues. While AI has its place, it's clear that it's not fully addressing the core problem. A more effective approach might be targeting the cheats directly rather than relying solely on data heuristics or aim models to identify suspicious behavior, which is true because what Ricochet is doing is not using like this. They're just using the AI version, be like, oh, he could be on mouse and key, and like if you look at my cursor right where it says where I'm highlighting this, like you can't keep up. So and AI is like, oh no, it's fine. With a kernel level driver in place, it should be feasible to detect cheats running locally on the machine without needing a boot start driver. Okay. The tools are there, and it's a matter of deploying them effectively. And I think that's what these guys do on Valorant. Is like as soon as you boot up your computer, it starts already detecting things, just in case. Because as soon as you load up that game, like it'll cut you before you even get into Valorant. Additionally, I find it concerning that console players are forced into an unsafe competitive environment. Fair. If crossplay is going to be required, perhaps enforcing certain Windows security features at a level comparable to Xbox or PlayStation would help create a more fair and balanced playing field for those who care about competitive integrity. And that's fair, but who implemented the crossplay? Who wanted it? Someone did. No one expects cheating to be 0% fair. That's an unrealistic goal. But when cheating becomes prevalent to the point where it heavily impacts top players and the competitive ecosystem, it's a sign that the current approach may need to be reconsidered. The player experience should always come first and not last. I agree. But if we could use Valorant's anti-cheat for Riot Games and implement it into COD somehow, not everything, but just like whatever they're doing, use that like base to use in COD, I think we would be at such a better state. Because, like you said, it doesn't take skill to it takes skill to increase yourself to make yourself get better, but it takes no skill to cheat. So, let me know your thoughts about this because the cheating in this game, it seems like every time there's a new game in COD, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.